Good evening. I'm meteorologist Angela Buchman. Welcome to WTHR Plus and an update on the potential of severe weather tonight and again Friday afternoon and Friday night. Interesting setup across central Indiana today. The atmosphere has been what we call capped most of the day. So we've got all the ingredients for severe weather, but there's something just above the surface that's preventing those storms from developing. And that's been good news for us so far. Unfortunately, they've been dealing with tornadoes across parts of Wisconsin, and that severe threat now extends south into portions of Illinois and northwestern Indiana. This came out during the end of our 6 o'clock news, a tornado watch for the northwestern sections of Indiana back through portions of Illinois, and this goes until 11 o'clock. The closest county to us is Benton County. Again, a tornado watch until 11 p.m. We do have several severe thunderstorm warnings within this watch box. These are, if you're familiar with the area from Springfield, Illinois, up toward Bloomington, some intense storms here with the threat of large hail and damaging wind. We have additional warnings northeast of Peoria, a few warnings north and west of Chicago. And again, we've had several confirmed tornadoes across portions of Wisconsin. Most of what we see within this line as far as warnings go are severe thunderstorm warnings at this time, but they've got some big storms from Green Bay south through Milwaukee into Kenosha. What we're waiting to see, how much additional development do we get along this line? So what we're watching is this area just to the west of central Indiana, and it continues to develop, and it is something that we will obviously continue to monitor because of that threat of severe weather. And so basically it's this area across the western and west central sections of Illinois. What form are these storms in by the time they get here? And in what form is our atmosphere in by the time those storms get here? Because most likely this is now going to be after 9 p.m., perhaps after 10 p.m., closer to 11 o'clock, that we start to see and feel the impact of these storms. And again, what shape is the atmosphere in and what shape are these storms still in? Obviously, we're losing daylight. We still have plenty of moisture in the atmosphere to fuel these thunderstorms. It's just something we'll have to keep an eye on. We obviously still have time, no severe weather imminent at this point. So now is a great time to practice with your family or remind each other, okay, what is our severe weather plan? Where do we go in the event of severe weather when those warnings are issued? So you really don't have to think twice. So that's something that you could put on your to-do list over the next hour or so, because we are under the threat of severe storms again on Friday. So the when for these weather impact alert times, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. So late tonight, early tomorrow morning, and then again after 4 p.m. on Friday. All modes of severe weather in play. So those impacts will include hail 2 inches or more in diameter, tornadoes, severe wind, lightning. By the way, severe wind is categorized as 58 miles per hour or higher. Multiple ways to get warnings: monitor radar, follow the forecast, because oftentimes these complexes of storms, especially when they develop several states away, can arrive here in a slightly different form, perhaps not as severe, but perhaps still severe. So something we're going to continue to update you, especially on the timing with the storms that we're dealing with across Illinois now and what we expect to develop during the day tomorrow. In terms of the risk areas, level 3 threat, Crawfordsville, Noblesville, Kokomo, Peru. So from the Storm Prediction Center, the greater severe threat is across the northern part of the state. All of central Indiana under the threat of severe weather. And then this was a bit of a change this afternoon. The SPC, or Storm Prediction Center, upgraded the risk level for Friday to a level 4 out of 5. And we don't see that very often, especially across central Indiana. And that upgraded threat includes Bloomington, Columbus, Bedford, Seymour, south and west into Evansville. Tomorrow's going to be a little tricky as well because a good part of tomorrow is going to be dry, much like it was today. If you're headed out to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, just be aware Fast Friday could be shortened if we get some of those storms developing late afternoon, early evening. So the tornado watch you can see highlighted here in pink, northwestern Indiana back through portions of Illinois. Those storms that we tracked with the severe thunderstorm warnings, those are moving from southwest to northeast. So basically will impact the areas in that tornado watch area. What we will see and wait on, do we get any additional storm development to the south in between maybe St. Louis and Champaign that could impact the central part of our state, or do we get any additional development across the eastern sections of Missouri? So we're just kind of in a wait and see pattern at this point in terms of the storm threat as we head through the next couple of hours. This is Future Track 13, basically this time, and it is picking up on those storms that we have across the central sections of Illinois. They are forecast to move northeast. But look what happens. They're also expected to weaken a little bit as they cross the state line here after 11 p.m. Still may have a few storms around between 1 and 3 a.m., provided all of that holds together. But some of the latest indications are these arrive in a somewhat weaker state. Can't completely guarantee that at this point, so just stick with us. We'll be keeping you updated, and obviously with that level 4 threat during the afternoon and evening hours of Friday, that's something we're going to monitor very closely for you. Headed out to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, any other kind of Friday plans? It's going to be warm enough. We may end up with some folks on area reservoirs or lakes or waterways. It's going to be plenty warm for that, just like today, middle and upper 80s. And just like today, plenty of hazy sunshine through early afternoon. Once we reach about 4 o'clock, there will be some storms developing, and we expect additional storms to fire between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. and additional storms through the evening hours. This will keep us very busy, we think, on Friday evening. And if we have to compare tonight to tomorrow night, we expect Friday to be a much more impactful area of storms because of the amount of people it will impact, and we expect perhaps more warnings than what we're going to get out of tonight's round of severe weather. Regardless, just be aware that we are expecting that threat of severe storms tonight and again Friday night. Fast Friday out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. They had rain shortened practice on Monday and Tuesday. They got quite a bit in during the day today, and Fast Friday looks to be, at least for the most part, a pretty good day. If you're headed out, make sure you grab the sunscreen, make sure you grab the water, and throw in the rain gear. And I will tell you, the folks out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway are great about watching storms ahead of when they get to IMS. So they'll watch hours in advance, and they will always alert you on the jumbotrons and over the intercom and things like that. So just make sure you pay attention to those special messages, provided that we get some severe storms Friday afternoon and Friday evening. Just a good thing to keep in mind, because obviously it's a big outdoor event, and we've got lots of people that will be out there. And as I mentioned, the Speedway is great about getting people warned ahead of time and giving people lots of time to get into a safe place. So what we're watching tonight, still some storms out west. How these hold together, still a little bit of a question mark. We've had the ingredients in place all day long to support severe storms. Nothing yet on radar. We're going to monitor those storms across Illinois. Tornado watch for Illinois and the northwestern part of our state. Obviously, we'll be keeping you updated here on WTHR Plus as needed, and a full report on Channel 13 coming up at 11. Best advice, just stay with us over the next 24, 36 hours. A couple rounds of potentially severe storms before we get into a really nice weekend. All of this will be gone, and we're expecting some sunshine and highs in the 70s. So if we don't see you in the next couple of hours as these storms develop, we will definitely have a full report here and on Channel 13 at 11 o'clock. Have a good night.